Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. What's going on, guys? Or in my case, stay toasty. It is crazy hot right now. What's going on, everybody? It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Welcome to the Friday night live stream, guys. It's great to see all of you guys here in the chat already. We'll get started in just a few minutes, as always. We'll give people some time to kind of get situated. And shout outs to everybody here in the chat. If you can hear me okay and see me okay, just give me that thumbs up here and let me know that everything is looking good and sounding good on your end. I'd greatly appreciate that. And to all my peeps here right now, thank you for joining me. Sorry about last week. I am just getting over something. I don't know what it is, but I'm very swollen. It feels like the allergy season is kind of here as well. So it's been very rough, really rough migraines this last week and a half for me as well. I got those thumbs up coming in there as well too. Very, very cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been trying to catch up on a little bit of sleep. And basically trying to get myself a little bit more mentally just okay, because it's been a very rough week and a half or so. So it's all good in between editing and all that fun stuff. So great to see all you guys on here right now. Let's see who we've got here in the chat, and then we'll get started officially. Let me see. Starting off at the very top, Erna 785. What's going on? Dueling with Annette Cervantes as always. You guys are always who jump into the lobby first. Great to see you guys on here. Thanks so much for being here, of course. Carl Broussard, Drew's Food Reviews, Reality Art, thanks so much for being here as well. Lord Darkside. Let's see who else we've got in effect. I think we said Carl Broussard as well too in their effect. Thanks so much for jumping in there, Kyle. Bus 7332 jumping in with the first super chat donation of the evening. I can tell you, Bus, you're always in there like literally like clockwork. I greatly appreciate you. Hello on this warm Friday night in Southern California. I really appreciate that. Like I said, it is very hot. I've got my little mini fan going right now. It's already feeling kind of warm here in the studio, so we're gonna see how we do here. I feel like I'm kind of shiny already. But I'm already over this weather, guys. I'm already over it. But shout outs to you, Buzz7332. Great to have you on here as always. Also one of my patrons as well. We'll talk about that in just a second. Two there. We've got Min Lee, Dietrich H. What's going on? What's up? What's up? Eric Carson, do you think you'll do a Wawa chicken sandwich? Actually, we don't have Wawa, and I was actually at a Wawa once about 10 years ago, actually 11 years ago, back in 2011. When I went to go visit my cousin to take care of some family stuff, and they actually had a Wawa in Philly, and I actually checked it out there. It's like a glorified Circle K 7-Eleven type thing. It's cool, but they have some pretty cool food items, which was pretty cool. Yes, Ernest, the fair is back. Definitely it is the fair season. Of course, everything is kind of like moved up now, so they're kind of keeping it close within the range. Instead of being in the fall, it's in the summertime, which is kind of cool. So you're actually getting Father's Day, you're getting the summertime rush. So it really works out pretty nicely. I think that was a good call to do that for sure. So let's see, Carl Broussard saying, Bus, thanks for the donations. Reality, nice donations as well, Bus. You know what, let me just jump right into it. Should you guys wish to do the same thing as Bus and be official sponsors of the channel, of course, I greatly appreciate anything that you guys do naturally. It's not expected, but I do greatly appreciate it. But you'll find all the information on how to do that down below in the description or the first pinned comment if you're watching this on the replay as well. Just keep in mind, anything you do here in YouTube direct super chat, they do take about 30+% of it. So if you decide to go the PayPal route, you can always do that. That link is in the upper right hand corner of your browser, or just find the link down below as well too. It's a lot easier that way. But shout outs to all of you guys for going the extra mile, and of course you'll find your names down below in the description box as we go. So, plus down below over here too. It's very important to have that over there. Lord was going to go see Jurassic World. James Morrison jumping in with the first super chat, our second super chat donation, I should say, of the evening. Let me see here. Been a couple of months since my last visit. No worries, James. I appreciate you being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody is busy doing what they do. Believe me, I know what that's like. I feel like I am nonstop. Even when I'm not feeling well, I'm still doing stuff. So, aside from trying to catch up on sleep at the same time. And finishing Stranger Things, by the way. Volume 1 was absolutely fantastic. I can't even tell you. It is definitely probably one of the best seasons by far. I was a little on the fence with it in the beginning. But man, that final episode right before Volume 2 is about to come out was mind-blowing. And I was like, wow, it was just it blows your mind. It's really awesome. So no spoilers here in the chat. No spoilers here in the chat. Let's see here. Who else do we have in the chat? Got a couple of reviews tonight, of course, for you. One of them is new. Naturally, it's going to be the first one that you're going to see. And one of them, I believe I did. I want to say roughly about a year ago, I think. Roughly, it's not going to be like, it'll be like a little quickie add-on to what I'm going to do, because this thing that I'm going to be doing is actually new for me anyway, so this should be pretty interesting. So hang tight for that. Or if you guys want to skip ahead into the chapters down below, I typically have the replays. You'll see down below all the chapter headings in terms of things that I think you should want to take a look at naturally. But of course, direct link to the reviews and some of the things that we talk about here in the chat, of course. Let's see here. Haven't seen Top Gun Maverick yet. I definitely plan to. Like I said, this last week and a half, I was pretty much out of it. I still kind of am at the same time, but it's just been pretty rough. But let's see here. Erna, John Waite, Missing You. Yes, classic, of course. I'll be missing you. I ain't missing you. That's a classic song from '84. They would play that to death on MTV, I remember. That was like in the rotation when they actually played music videos on MTV. It was pretty all over the place. John Waite, that was a great song, actually. Michael Domayer, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping in. Drew says it was 100 degrees there. It has been crispy as all get out, and honestly, I am over it already. This is the time of the year where it's kind of crazy, and just so you guys know, gas is close to $7 here in Southern Cali right now. Pretty much everywhere I'm going, I've never had to really kind of manage that in such a way that it really feels like you got to be a little careful now. It's crazy. So when is it going to stop? What's going to go on? Is it going to continue? I mean, you know, the jury's still out on that naturally. But it has been really, really rough here in terms of just things going on. And we're supposedly getting some type of rebate. I think the governor was saying some $400 thing that starts in July for the state of California. And that's supposedly what's going to be going out. Who knows what's going to go with that? But we'll see how long that lasts, right? But let's see here. Randy Molina in the house. Lord says, to Annette, sounds good. It's going to buy $2 as soon as get there and 2 more and ride home. Very cool, very cool. Annette, do you plan to go to Vegas anytime? You know, nothing on the docket just yet, because things are getting back to normal for the most part here naturally. And naturally, if you guys have been watching the news, you don't need to actually get yourself tested to get on planes anymore, which is kind of cool. So we're incrementally getting a lot better while things are still kind of moving in a really the wrong direction here in Southern Cali at the same time. But as long as you have yourself taken care of and you're boosted, I think you don't have too much to worry about. It's still a concern, but you just got to, you know, pick your battles accordingly. Let's see. Kenzie TV. Yes, right before the beginning. Have I heard of Michael Lambert reacting to your food videos? I have not, but if you want to send me a link to the channel on IG Direct, naturally, if you can do that, even on Twitter, actually, that may be better on Twitter because I can just click on a link and then just go right to it. At Peep This Out Reviews at Twitter, all the social media handles down below. You'll find all that stuff there as well. So I appreciate that. Thanks so much for letting me know. I'm always kind of curious to see what people are saying while they're watching what I'm doing on YouTube, which is a little strange at the same time to kind of watch you watching somebody react to what you're doing at the same time. But hey, I'm curious. Carly, you going to see Lightyear on the 17th? I'd like to see it anyway. I don't know about on the 17th directly, but I'd like to see it. Naturally, Chris Evans, it's going to be a little bit of a change compared to, you know, Tim Allen, but considering he's a younger version before all that stuff, it makes sense. So I'm down with that. Shout outs to Christian Flores right now for subscribing to the channel. All the activity that you guys will see, I have set up through Streamlabs to kind of feed into the stream here tonight. So we'll see what's going to be happening here. But again, shout outs to Buzz7332, James Morrison, and of course, Christian Flores for subscribing to the channel. Guys, we're right underneath 38,000 subscribers. Just a couple of hundred away from that too. So things have just been really crazy. Every day is just a fun time to take a look at analytics and stats when things update. It's been a lot of fun at the same time. CPM, all the things that you kind of manage in terms of watch time, some of the highest watch time I think I've ever got on my channel. The average I think is about 30 to 40%, sometimes more. I've been averaging in the 65, almost 70 in some cases, which is blowing my mind. So I am really just enjoying the fact that things are being a little bit more lucrative that way. And YouTube is kind of really finding that and kind of pushing that a little bit as well. I'm really excited to see that go. And I'm making little changes here and there as things go. But I hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. A lot of the content that's come out recently, which, since it's been a couple of weeks, let's just go into really quickly here. I think we left off the last time we were talking about the Arby's, the Wagyu, not Wagyu, the Wagyu steak burgers, all the steakhouse burgers that were in there as well. But then naturally jumping into Taco Bell, we had the Brisk Dragon Paradise. iced tea, and of course the Dole lemonade, which was a blast to check out there. And guys, the Caesar wings, that was something that I wanted to actually do. I've actually had that on my laptop for about a week prior to that. But I just decided to bang out that one, knock it out. I made a quick thumbnail and then just put that one out there. But the Caesar wings, which was the garlic parmesan, which was really, really fun to check out. And because I hadn't done Howling Rays in a very long time, and I was looking at my content, I mean, so what can I kind of beef up in terms of some of the things that I always do, which I always add to, but some of the things that I haven't come back to in a little while. And Howling Rays, I was very curious to try their chicken wings. And considering 3 large chicken wings actually were 6 because you get a drum and a flat with each, guys, that was a crazy situation of deliciousness, and I expected nothing less from Howling Rays. So if you don't know what that is, take a look at that review if you haven't already. It was really, really awesome. We had the new grilled chicken sandwich from Jack in the Box. They've actually brought back a lot of different things, including one caramel brownie shake, which I haven't reviewed, and I don't know if I'm going to because I'm always up and down with certain things on the channel in terms of dairy, that type of thing. Shout outs to Christian Flores, super chat donation that just jumped up there. I just saw it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that there. Producer Dan for his new video. Let me see what that comment is there. Been a couple of months. Hang on. Actually, that was from James. Thank you so much for all you do. Keep up the great work. Christian, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that greatly. It means a great deal. I have a lot of fun putting my stuff together and putting it out every week. And I'm glad you're digging it for sure. Mr. Jimmy, I just noticed Miss Mi Familia. What's going on here as I'm reading off my stuff here? Shout outs to Mr. Jimmy and the kitties, and of course, and to the wifey, of course, too. Big highs and homie hugs to all of you guys always. You already know. All right, so the grilled chicken sandwich, naturally. So we had the return of the cheesy bacon jack, I believe that's what it's called, and there was a quad version that I reviewed that I put in the community tab. They actually didn't come back with that. They came back with strictly the double and the triple this time, which, if I'm not mistaken, Drew, I think, released that last night. Drew, if you'd actually put that here in the chat, let me know if you've actually done that. I think it was the triple that you did for the bacon cheesy jack from Jack in the Box. So 3 types of bacon. It was like, I believe it was a bacon mayo, bacon crumbles, a bacon cheese sauce, or something like that. Something along those lines. So good times across the board with that. And then, guys, this was actually shot the weekend prior. I had a chance to actually check out the new Strawberry Frosty, which was amazingly delicious. Just spoiler alert, that was very, very cool. Actually, one of my favorite thumbnails to put together with that one there. You're going to see a little variation in some of the thumbnail design as I'm going forward here, just to kind of play around with, aside from just me on the left and right side all the time. But that was a lot of fun and very delicious. I expected nothing less of the amazingness that was, and it was very, very good. A little hard to film that one at the same time, but it was really something else there. And shout outs to my boy Edgar. If you're watching this right now, Mr. Edgar Martinez himself, I ran into one of my old co-workers from back in the day who actually saw me filming there and actually called out to me real fast, and we had a chat for about a half hour about all kinds of stuff. Shout outs to you, Edgar. I appreciate you greatly. It was a great time to catch up for sure. And shout outs to the family and to your kids as well too there. You guys are awesome. And congratulations to the little ones for graduating school, which is awesome as well. Not so little anymore, right? So after Wendy's, the new Strawberry Frosty, guys, the KFC Jack Harlow meal, that was shot the week prior as well. The Strawberry Frosty was the one I wanted to get out first because naturally, of course, you know, you got to get that one out first, right? But the Jack Harlow meal, that was a lot of fun to check out. And that actually kind of motivated me to do something prior to that review, which you're actually going to see tomorrow. So I kind of reversed a couple of things. So the next review that you'll see will be on Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then the Jack Harlow review technically was filmed after that. So what you're going to see, you won't know it when you watch it. But naturally, I know how I done in the order that these things were filmed. This is how they're coming out. But it was fun to check out the Jack Harlow meal. And again, a lot of tasty favorites on that one there. It's really worth checking out strictly because of the value of what you're going to get for $9.99. And considering the prices here on the West Coast, it's ridiculous right now. So that actually wasn't a bad deal at the same time as well. So good times checking that out, and a lot of really great footage in that one. If you haven't seen it already, definitely check it out. It's a really, really fun review, and it was fun to put together. And of course, all the drive-through sequence stuff, you know, of course, you know, you got to put that in there. All right, so let me try and catch up a little bit on the chat here. We're going to get into the review in just a second. Let me see if I try and catch up in just a second here again. Tony Montana, what's going on? Great to see you. Great to see you. All right. Since you checked out Jack Harlow's meal, did you check out his music? I've known the music ahead of time there, Pac. Just so you know. First class, I'm telling you, that's actually a really cool jam, actually. And aside from Little Nas, you know, the industry baby and all that stuff, they're really, really fun stuff. Let's see. Peace, Easy 2019 until we die 2050. What it up? What up? What up? What up? Great to see you as well. Misty Smith is here. Misty, there you go. It's gonna be on like Donkey Kong tonight with the lyrics, no doubt. And it's already starting already. Everybody sing along. It's a Wiggly Showtime. Hit it. Here we go. You already know. And yes, Tony Montana, Jurassic World Dominion finally came out today. Do you plan on seeing it? Yes, I absolutely do. I'm trying not to read any, you know, I pretty much looked at a lot of spoiler-free reviews, and there's a lot of people that are on the fence that don't like it. A lot of people that do. I'm expecting nothing but, you know, dinosaur mayhem, and that's pretty much what it's going to be mostly from beginning to end, I'm sure. So how bad could that really be? I had an issue with the clone aspect of the little girl from the last movie. I thought that was too far-fetched. Granted, dinosaurs coming back to life is kind of far-fetched as well, but it's kind of a plausible idea when you think about it. But the idea of having the girl be the clone as well, not to spoil anything, if you guys have seen Fallen Kingdom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was just a little much for me. I really wasn't too into that, how perfect everything was, and I just didn't get it. But I'm expecting good things from this, and naturally with the original cast from Jurassic Park, I love the very first Jurassic Park, and even the second one was kind of fun. Which, if you guys remember, they went back and actually, if you go back in time and watch The Lost World, at the very end of that, they actually had some of the dinosaurs in America. So they haven't really acknowledged that too much. Not that I can recall anyway in detail. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I really wasn't too thrilled about how that went, but the way that this version is naturally around the world completely, it should be pretty interesting. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Kenzie, do you care if I react to your food reviews? Nope, I don't care about any people doing that stuff because, you know, naturally, if it garners a response where you want to make content like that, if it's something that you want to do, I am all for it. I am perfectly okay with that. You know, creators are free to do what they'd like to do. If there's certain things that they want to do, they want to reach out to me and ask for permission for things like that. But when it comes to stuff like that too, I'm not, you know, I don't really mind that too much at all. Peace, bring back Cheaters Cam. Not to worry, as it heats up, you may notice, you may see more of those types of reviews when the weather gets crazy. So we're into that heated season right now, so you're going to start seeing some night reviews in the near future, trust me. I already know what's going to happen with that. Misty Smith, everybody clap your hands. It's the Wiggling Showtime. Hit it. I firmly believe you must have something printed out where you're cutting and pasting. Tell me, Misty, that you have something set up that way, because that'd be a lot of typing otherwise. I have a lot of trouble trying to keep up with you guys here in the chat. So, you know, granted, you have a little bit more time to put your stuff together, but still. Larry Nguyen, what's doing? You're back on a Friday Night Live screen. Yes, great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks so much for jumping on. And have no fear, peace. Those Cheaters Cam videos have not gone away. Scott Messerschmidt, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for jumping on. I watched the McDonald's Bacon Smokehouse Burger review again. Would love to see that return. Yes, there's some really great stuff that Mickey D's actually did before they got rid of their whole chef's class burgers and the taster's choice from around the world. I think there was a version of those things as well. I had a lot of fun reviewing those. Surprised they haven't done anything just yet with that. So, you know, we'll have to see if maybe they do. Misty Smith, what's up, peepers? Welcome to the NK Show today. It's great to see y'all, everybody live. It's the first stream of June. Yes, well, considering last week anyway. I couldn't be on last week, naturally. Chevy's 5-speed, rebate then taxes skyrocket probably. You already know. You already know what it is. You already know. And yes, Mr. Jimmy, it must be a very good time to have an EV. It must be literally like $10 or $11 to supercharge your Tesla, which is awesome. But technically, it's really the way things are going anyway right now. So really, really awesome stuff. Very exciting. Congratulations again on that. That's a beautiful situation just for the screen alone. You know, we'll have to see. Let's see. Tony Montana. Have you ever seen the old Sean Penn movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. Really, really. That's a classic movie right over there. You already know. Let's see here. Misty Smith, hello, Erna. Cool. Very nice. But you guys are all chatting it up here. Look at this right over here. Min Lee, couple of days I had Taco Bell for the very first time. Nice. Nice. They've got a pretty good selection of stuff on the daily there. Of course, all the usual favorites, naturally. You already know. Let's see. Going on down. Mr. Jimmy saying hello to all the peeps. Mr. Jimmy's a celebrity in his own right as well. Mi familia. You already know. That is some direct family from me right there. Shout outs and a lot of love always. Let's see, Drew, Beavis and Butthead movie streams on the 23rd. Beautiful. That's a classic right there. That is a classic. And I'm catching up in the chat. And again, shout out to Christian Flores. Thank you so much for watching and all the good stuff there. Keep up the great work. And to all of you guys who are checking out the content and having a blast doing it, of course. I appreciate you. Chevy 5-speed, have I been to Orlando? Well, just to kind of check in, and when I went on to my honeymoon with the wifey, actually, we went on a cruise, but we actually went to Florida, and actually did go to Disney World, which was pretty nice. But we weren't there for very long. It literally was just like a couple of day type of thing, and then we were headed back. But good times, definitely good times. Let's see, Carl Broussard, remember the song? Here's Little I Wrote. You might want to sing it to note. I think something's going to be competing here with Misty. We'll see what happens. Larry Nguyen, my ankle's doing okay. And I remember I told you you broke it. That's right. You were in the hospital, I believe, Larry, you were saying for a little while. When did you get out? How long were you there? Because I was surprised that typically, unless it's something ultra crazy, they usually set you and then send you on your way after they do what they need to do there. So, you know, awesome. I'm glad that you were able to go up. Oh, yes, Annette, you tried Porto's Bakery. Yes, the pork tamales are amazing. Their Cubano sandwich. How was Medieval Times? We didn't get a chance to talk last week, naturally, because I wasn't on. But I've had a lot of fun there. I've been there with the wifey and some family back in the day. I've been there from back in the day in the past as well. It is a lot of fun, Medieval Times. Yeah, and actually everything you eat with your hands, everything. So you have like a little mini hen to eat and all the soup and bread and all that stuff there. It's really pretty much a role play. But how did you enjoy yourself there? That's awesome. Really good times. Really, really good times. Let's see. Dr. Peppy, keep up the great work. I appreciate that. Appreciate that greatly. Dom's World, what it do? Wasn't able to Jurassic Park World Saturday because it was a 120-minute wait. Yeah, no bueno on that there. You know, I've actually seen, I kind of spoiled it for myself when I watched the Jurassic World redo. I haven't been on it since they've redone it, but it's still just as barren as I remember, with the exception of the beginning and then towards the end slightly. I don't know if it's worth the 120-minute wait. If you get there when you first get there, that's the time to go. That would be the time to do it. Not Polo 7, the BTS 10. Have you ever seen BTS concert in Vegas? I have not. I haven't been to Vegas in a minute. And Chicago Log, will you attend VidCon? Probably not this year. Probably not this year. I don't think I'm, I know things are just opening up again, but I may kind of hold off a little bit until next time for that. I don't think it's the time just yet. For me anyway, just everybody's different naturally. But I say that now, but when it starts, we'll see what happens. I'm sure a lot of the peeps that I know are going to be heading over there too there, because it's kind of like the return, that type of thing. Let's see here. James Morrison, any new Motus lately? Yes, but they're not here yet. That's the only thing. They're all on pre-order, and I'm just waiting for availability to be sent. So Wave 9 will be coming very soon. A lot of gift card stuff, a lot of things that I've kind of accumulated at the same time to kind of pay for these things, which really kind of help make it easier. Snack King Cole, what it do, man? What's up with you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Shout outs to you as always, doing it big. You already know what it is. Snack King Cole, you need to jump on over, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Another member of the review crew. And just in general, just a very, very awesome food review channel as well, too. Good old Snack. He's got snacks in the bag. Speaking of which, I haven't seen Trav. Trav always loves to say your line with that, too. I haven't seen Trav. We'll see what's going on with him there. But shout outs to Snack. I appreciate you jumping on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope things are good on your side of the pond, wherever you may be at the moment. It is crispy as all get out over here in Southern Cali right now, well into the 90s plus, and I feel myself sweating like I'm in the fourth quarter right now. It's pretty crazy. And that's even with my little fan going here, little portable action. It is craziness right now. Let's see. Erna, what happens when an unstoppable force hits its moves and unstoppable force moves an immovable or hits an immovable object? That's from the Dark Knight right there. Two forces that just collide, if I remember correctly. That was towards the end of the Dark Knight. Classic. Perfect for the shirt, I guess, right? Perfect for the shirt. Larry, have I heard of the Rock Eater on YouTube? No. Rock Eater YouTuber. I have not. Actually, Misty, I think that was... Actually, wait a minute, hold on. My thing just jumped up here really quickly. Hang on one second. Oh, wow. I just lost my spot here. Alex Brown, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping on. So I saw birthday shout out back in 2018. Now Apollo 7 BTS fan. Erna, there we go. Okay, Erna, there we go. So what happens when an unstoppable force hits a movable object? Yeah, good times with that. That line, that's pretty awesome stuff from The Dark Knight. I love it. Let's see. All right, now I'm locked in here to make sure this does not move. Annette, Medieval Times was so fun. Really enjoyed it. Want to go back. Eating with my hands was fun too. Yes, it definitely is. Except when you have your phone right there and you want to do stuff while they're doing stuff. And you got to get, the chicken grease and everything on it. You got to be careful with that. So you already know. Let's see. It's interesting how you use the word naturally instead of obviously from back. Why, naturally, of course. Dom's World, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is an awesome ride. Very cool. Speaking of which, I just watched the Fantastic Beasts 3 movie and it was a bore. Absolute dull movie. I could not believe Mads Mikkelsen, who took over from Johnny Depp, was the most lifeless character in that movie. I was not feeling it at all. It's the typical usual stuff, just like the last one, a little whimsicalness of it at all, but it was just such a dull movie. The last third act alone, I was like, if they're really going to try and do 5 movies out of this, which is the plan, this third movie was the breaking point to see how it's going to do, and it's actually not doing very well. So I don't know if they're going to do the other 2. But man, it was a dull movie. The first 2 were definitely much better, but this was a boring flick. So just definitely be warned. If you haven't seen it already, hopefully I didn't sway you too much there, but if you've seen it and you agree with me, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down here in the chat, because I really did not like that at all. It was really pretty much a snooze fest. She's like the wind. Yes, Patrick Swayze from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, Erna. Absolutely. And we're about to jump into the review in about 2 minutes here, guys. 2 minutes. And I'm excited about this because I've been sitting on this thing, not literally for a couple of weeks now, but I need to actually get this done because I'm curious. Andrew, do you still say, no, I don't, actually. Ever since YouTube changed a lot of its stuff on the platform there, I try and stay away from certain words that could be deemed provocative, so to speak. So, naturally the whole, freedom of free speech and everything like that too, it kind of, it is what it is. Granted, if we're on a platform that they own, and even though we may not agree with certain things, you have to play by the rules or get off the field, so to speak. So, I'd rather not, and just kind of evolve and grow. And naturally, that was me trying to find my footing in terms of how I wanted to kind of be and that type of thing and stuff, aside from being myself naturally, but adding a little bit of layers with things at the same time. So we'll have to see, but I really, really enjoyed, I enjoyed that time because it was a learning experience, meeting people at the time as well and kind of learning about how things maneuver and navigate. And then you just, you kind of grow and you move, from there. So really, really fun stuff there. I remember that. I sometimes go back to some of those old videos way back in the day and I cringe sometimes because, some of those things there naturally. But of course, the early ones when I was with my fiance, girlfriend at the time, fiance, and then now wife, it was really some of those fun things. There's some really early fun videos. Trying to get my footing on how to be in front of the camera naturally. It was fun. Definitely fun. Tony Montana had the new chicken, egg, and biscuit from Chick-fil-A for breakfast the other day this week. Really good. Thought about it, and there's no surprise. Also had one spicy breaded chicken biscuit with it as well. That's awesome. I've been wanting to do the spicy one for breakfast. They just don't carry it at the one here. Where I live in Pasadena, they don't do the spicy version for the morning breakfast stuff. I really want to add that to the list because the honey butter, that honey dip is awesome with it. It's just a banging situation. Really, really good. Let's see here. Yes, Annette, with the emojis right there as well with the bomb. Yep. Now, Paul, peep this out. Have you ever went to BTS concert back in April 22? I have not. I have not. Lord, every time you eat chicken or turkey, you're eating a dinosaur. Well, did chickens exist back then? Maybe. Evolved? Have chickens evolved like that to some degree? I don't know. You know how we do with the gangster reviews, Drew? Speaking of which, are you guys ready for this review? I think we should just jump into this right now. And yes, Annette, I have been to that buffet in Vegas. It's awesome. It's definitely awesome. The Caesar one is good too, but that one, that Bacchanal, I can never really pronounce that. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. Erna, Let's see. No, Ian, but birds are dinosaurs. Technically, I guess, yeah, that is correct. That is correct. Never thought about it that way, but, you know, they're so much more plentiful. They're pretty much, I think, here to populate the world to feed us at the same time. So we'll have to see here. Good times. Okay, so if you guys are ready for the review, give me a dinosaur here in the chat. Since we're actually, I probably should have worn a Jurassic Park shirt with this tonight, but it's not a Jurassic Park tie, and I just want to see a dinosaur emoji here on the screen, to be honest. That would be awesome. Now, Paul tried the Whopper melt bacon on my birthday. Cool, 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 cool. Those are always fun to check out. And Whopper in name only, though. That's the only thing. Let's see here. We got dinosaurs jumping in. Very cool. Haven't tried Randy. Haven't tried any of the Hungry Man Banquet stuff there. Actually, some of the Boston Market stuff I have actually tried, but nothing worth mentioning at the same time. But I've seen a lot of those things. Well, we've got some dinosaurs. We got Brontosauruses here. We got T-Rexes. Dietrich has, is that supposed to be Mothra? Dietrich H, is that Mothra, the caterpillar, before it's a butterfly? That's awesome. Freddy Foodie King. What it do, big dog? Great to see you on here. Live reviews are awesome. Yes, they are. You don't know which way they're going to go. That's the thing, Freddy. And I think you know what that is. It's too bad I can't do anything of, like, you know, the strawberry, well, the strawberry frosty I already did, but those things, you know, anything that you really have to kind of keep cold or frozen is very hard to do, because you have to schedule these things and get right to it, instead of like structured content where you film it as you get it and then you kind of move on from there. So I have to see. Jackie Hero Food Reviews, what it do? Welcome back from your trip as well, with the trips, no less. Make sure you guys are jumping on over and take a look at the content there. They actually met up, the trips and Jackie Hero Food Reviews. Some really fun stuff. Really, really good stuff. All right, we got plenty of dinosaurs in effect here right now. All right, so this is actually a little bit of a switch, because I mentioned in the very beginning how Stranger Things was absolutely an amazing first series, or the first part of season 4. Which was pretty awesome. I cannot wait for the beginning of July for the next half of it over there. Ricky J Spores, what's going on? What's your favorite meal of all time? Well, if it's fast food, it is definitely going to be In-N-Out Double animal style, no tomato, with animal fries and an Arnold Palmer, half iced tea, half lemonade. Wow, and I said that really quick without stuttering once. Really good. So very cool. All right, we got plenty of them on here. Critical East Japan, what's going on? Thanks so much for dropping down, or dropping in, I should say. What it do, Poppy from Freddy? It is all good to see you, my friend. Thanks so much for jumping on. All right, so Stranger Things, guys, they've got like stuff marketing all over the place. And way back in the day, I did a 3D crunch from the Doritos, and I believe it was the chili cheese and the spicy ranch, I believe. Well, they actually had a new one that's out now, and this is actually this variation from 3 Cheese. Now, how bad could this really be? Because it's Doritos, you expect it to be cheesy. And I vaguely remember this doesn't feel like a very big bag of really anything. So I have a feeling this is not going to be the same size as what we're looking at here. But I love how they have just the way the marketing is like kind of melded in there. I think that's is that one of the Gorgons or the Demogorgon or something like that? I think something over here. I can't really kind of tell. Something's crawling into view. But limited edition with this one here. Doritos 3D Crunch 3 Cheese. And they've got something with a free ticket here. I guess they have some type of experience. The virtual concert live from the Upside Down. A Stranger Things guitar that you can win, it looks like. Plus you could open up the bag and you can win that, which is kind of cool. So I guess we'll find out if there's something on the inside of this here. But basically they have the whole thing with the summer tour and registering to watch. If you guys are not watching Stranger Things, you definitely need to be jumping on it, because it is really fantastic this season. It really is pretty awesome. So let's see how these are going to be. I'm curious to see how they're going to be, and I'm not going to look at them just yet. I'm going to let you guys see it first, and then I'm going to look in the viewfinder, and they are tiny. These are 3D Doritos. Essentially, they are wow, these are, now I remember how small these things were. Well, these things better deliver in flavor, because that is not a Dorito, clearly. Look at that. That is so ridiculously small, but it does look like it's coated pretty nice, right? Not Paul, thanks for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But look at that, 3 Cheese, 3D Crunch, and I love how it's kind of like, it looks like it's upside down. Yep, the crunch is upside down right over there, which is kind of nice, part of the upside down. Let's see if I'm going to hear any, like, you know, grandfather clocks, if Vecna is going to kind of come into play. Who knows what's going to happen with this, guys? It is Doritos 3D Crunch, 3 Cheese, Let's peep this out. Tastes like a regular Dorito, but it's puffed out when you bite into it. It's not bad, but these, I wish there's like a missed opportunity. These could have been so much bigger. It's okay. I mean, it has like the essence, like it's trying to be like the cheesiness of a Dorito, but believe it or not, the regular Doritos just on their own, the regular nacho cheese Doritos have more flavor than this. This has like the essence of that flavor, like it's trying, but it's not quite there. But it's tasty. I mean, it's good. This bag was $2.99, guys. Look at this. This is not much bigger than maybe one of those little small ones that you get at like Subway, it feels like. You know, everything is getting smaller, more expensive. It's crazy what's going on right now. I don't know what they're expecting people to do, but this could have been so much better. The hype is just really more of the hype than anything else there. I know I'm trying to keep that focus. It's blowing out because of the contrastiness of the light, but it's just okay. I mean, I like the fact that they're kind of, I guess they are 3D, obviously, because they're puffed out all the way around. It's fine. The regular nacho cheese is so much better. It feels like it's starting to be that, but it doesn't go further with it. So it's a tease. And they want you to keep eating them to give you more of that flavor. And there's a lot of air. Even still, half this bag is air. Now, granted, there's a fair amount in there, as you can see, but it's really kind of disappointing because I can see myself finishing this bag, obviously, at the same time. I just wish the 3 cheese flavor really stood out as being a little bit more. So, you know, overall, I'm going to have to give the 3 cheese variant of the Doritos 3D Crunch like a 7. I mean, it's not bad. It's tasty. It tastes like a Dorito. It's just not as strong as the nacho cheese Dorito. So 3 cheese is what got me with this, because obviously that's the new flavor. But it's just okay. It's like corn snacks with a little bit of nacho cheese flavor, but it's not strong. Is what it is. All right. Fun to check out. I've been sitting on these for a while now. I can go for one more because they're good. They're just not 3 cheese. They don't taste like 3 cheese to me at the same time. So we'll have to see what's going to happen there. So a little quickie on that one at the same time. And that doesn't like the 3D. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting those again. Because we'll have to take a look at something different naturally for the next review. But for the next stream, I should say, on the next review. But at the same time, like I said, the cheesiness flavor is okay. It just doesn't really kick in at the same time. And by the way, it says here, if you open up this bag, plus open the bag, you could win a Stranger Things guitar. Is something supposed to kind of like be in there at the bottom of the bag somewhere, or? I don't see anything. You know, they probably have like one bag all across the country that actually has that, and it's some obscure rundown gas station convenience store type of thing. Not in the market where I got that, probably. But hey, it is what it is. All right, Annette, pepperoni pizza combos are great. Classic stuff, of course. Not sure where Ben Nguyen is, Larry. Let's see, they're not too strong. Freddie, yes, they're not at all. I was really shocked by that. Let's see, Critical, I wouldn't put them in a bowl with milk, though. Let me see here. Tiny 3D Doritos look like some sort of breakfast cereal. Yes, they do. I'm telling you, Paul, it's really just a weak, poor man's type of Dorito is what that is. It really is. Really surprised by that. Let's see here. Let's see. So instead of the Peep This Out live stream, put your hands together for the Frosty Hour with Ian K and friends. I appreciate you. Let's see. That's Starlight Up Boo Boo. Speaking of which, guys, I don't know if you guys are watching The Boys on AMC Amazon. That first episode was bananas. It's absolute bananas. Oh my God. I think there's like 2 episodes out that have been past it now. I have to catch up on, I think it's episode 2 and 3. But that first one was just off the wall. It was absolutely insane. There is a few episodes every season so far that they do where it is absolutely just what they can get away with blows my mind. It really is. But considering it's on a streaming service, you know, it's not network television. It is what it is. But yes, really, really awesome. Rye the Stunner. Yes, we were just talking about Stranger Things. Absolutely. Absolutely. Really fantastic. And if you go back into some of the other episodes from the first season and the third season, you're going to hear the grandfather clock actually in a few of the scenes with Will. So it looks like our little big bad has actually been back ever since the very beginning of the series. I love when they do stuff like that to kind of bring it together a little bit there. As they have one more season left, they have to start doing it. But it's really awesome with that. Let me see. You're getting caught up one more time. Let's see. Chow Lore, Ian, Warriors win. Very cool. Very cool. I have to take a look and see what's going on there. I haven't been following anything. Like I said, this last week and a half plus has been all craziness. Definitely in terms of just me, just with everything that I've been going through and just not feeling up to speed at all. So yes, I'm really got to get caught up on some of the other current event things that are out there. Haven't seen Dom. I haven't seen Jurassic World Dominion yet. I'm going to wait till this coming week at least. Nothing worth running out immediately to go see, even though I do plan on watching it naturally. I don't really I got to run out and get it. I really kind of want to see Top Gun before I see Jurassic Park. And that's something that I definitely want to do. Steven, is it Demore? Hopefully I said that correctly, or Demore, if there's a little accent on there. Steven, shout out from Portland. Shout outs to you, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of the time here tonight. Already 20 minutes left of the stream tonight, guys. It's crazy how quickly these things go. And it always begins to happen as my voice kind of begins to go towards the end of these things here. And Ed, hope you and the fam are doing well. Definitely hanging in there. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know my sister is watching tonight as well with little puppy Winston, who's feeling a lot better. And I think he was doing pretty well the last time we talked on the stream here as well. I had tentative plans to stream from her place tonight, but I couldn't make it up there just because I'm not 100% yet to do it. So we'll have to see about maybe next week or maybe the week after. At some point, you will see little Winston on the stream here, which I really can't wait to do, and it should be a lot of fun. So watch out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I said it right. Cool, Steven. I appreciate that. I'm always worried about, butchering people's names. It happens to me all the time. All the time. My friend Gabe loves your channel. Thank you. Thank you. Shout outs. I appreciate that. Very cool. Gabe, if you're watching this right now, let's peep this out. I appreciate you watching my content. It means a great deal. I have a lot of fun doing it, as I always say. So thanks so much for checking it out. Let's see here. Will McHugh, can you shout out my friend Gabe? I think we just did. I think I got you. But Gabe, thanks so much again for watching. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Erna, Ian, if anything, 80s music always helps. Yes, it does, especially some of the classic stuff. How about We're Not Gonna Take It from Twisted Sister? That's the way I kind of feel right now living in Southern California, because it's ridiculous because of the heat. It's ridiculous because of the prices here. It's ridiculous, period, because of the way things are going. This year has been just a real challenge so far. But you know what? We just keep moving forward. It's what we got to do. Cynthia Blalock. Hopefully I said that correctly. I probably didn't for the last name. But Cynthia, nothing can be better than the original Top Gun. But I'm expecting this movie to be very, very, very awesome at the same time. I think they're going to complement each other. That's what I hear from a lot of people. They definitely fit very well. And it was really the perfect type of movie they could have made for the original. I'm really excited to see it. Definitely can't wait. Definitely can't wait. Let's see here. Annette, yes, glad Winston's feeling better. Me too. I got to tell you, the last time when I saw him, I picked him up and I had him on my shoulder and I was just looking at him and he just had this little look, and then he starts giving you kisses on the face and everything like that because he's feeling better. But before that, he would just kind of nuzzle in your neck a little bit and just he feels like he's just not feeling right. You can see it when you get down on the couch with him and you're petting him and he's just not feeling well. But it's nice to know that he's kind of back to normal again, and that's my little boy right there. He's adorable. And Will, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Again, shout outs to you guys for watching the content and enjoying it and sharing it with all the peeps that you know naturally, because this is a grassroots effort. You guys definitely helped out along the way, as we're on the march to 38,000 plus subscribers very soon. Just I think a little less than a couple of hundred away at this point, which is pretty awesome. It's definitely pretty awesome. Let's see. Dietrich H, is there any fast food restaurant you won't go to? Subway. Yes, Subway. And I see Not Paul right there. Have you tried Subway? I will not. I know that's always the things that are like, when am I going to review that? Maybe one of the milestones on my channel. That may be one of the only times, if ever, that happens. Strictly because I actually ate that so much in my previous professional life that I could not stand it anymore. So no matter what's come out there, and I almost broke and did the garlic bread, the cheesy garlic bread stuff. But not a fan of anything that they come out with. Is so basic and plain and mundane. It's just another variation of a sandwich, and I'm just not, you know, I don't want to get it exactly like it's advertised, because some of those things I may not like. So what's the point? You know, everybody's thing is different. So I've never really enjoyed doing that. Certain things I would like to try. I would like to maybe get some of the Jersey Mike stuff on my channel at some point, but I have so many things that take up the time, because I'm always contacted and people letting me know about these things coming out, things coming up, that next thing I know, the month is over, we're into the next month. The month is over, we're into the next month. So it's really hard. What I'm finding is the higher up you go in subscriber base and people who see your channel a lot, the harder it is to kind of do some of those things. You kind of have to put your foot down and kind of navigate differently. So I'm kind of reaching that point where I have to kind of say, you know, pump the brakes slightly and maybe kind of, you know, try something different here and there. So that's just, you know, what I'm going through right now. But anyway, I digress. Subway. Let's see here. Do you have Zaxby's? No Zaxby's in our area. Would like to try some of the regional stuff. I know Culver's, if I ever travel out, I'd love to try Culver's. Whataburger as well. There's a lot of great content on YouTube from a lot of those places, from people that live in those areas for sure. Let's see. Mr. Jimmy, everyone should watch John Oliver talking about the Subway franchise. Pretty interesting. Cool. Have to look into that. Oh, Claim Jumper all day. Yeah, Claim Jumper is classic. They closed up over here closer to me, though, Jimmy. I don't know where there's one closer out, maybe out your way. But here in the Pasadena area off of Huntington Drive, that one closed up once everything got crazy with everything the last couple of years. Let's see. Insane 569. Can you shout out my friend Gag? He loved your Mountain Dew video. The flaming hot Mountain Dew goodness right over there. Shout outs to you, Gag. I appreciate you enjoying that content. That was fun to check out. Pretty interesting on that one. More of kind of a residual burn, like a sodium type of carbonation burn than anything else. But interesting, right? Pretty interesting with that. Steven, that's great. Hope you get to 100 subs in a few months. That would be nice. That would be awesome, Steven. It can help with all of you guys sharing the content and pushing it out there. I'm always a big fan of the grassroots effort. Anything easily obtained is not worth having. So that way, when you do make it, you can look back on it and say, you know what? I put in the work, I put in the time, and it is really just something else. Everyone's got their own journey. They're on their own schedule, their own time when things are going to happen for them. Should it happen, you just got to keep focusing and putting it in and grinding it out, and keep pushing forward and don't look back. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing. Let's see here. Another couple of minutes. We're going to jump into the second, actually, and final review of tonight, I should say. Let's see here. James Morrison, Claim Jumper versus Cheesecake Factory. Oh, that's a showdown right there. I'd probably gonna have to say Cheesecake Factory. I like Claim Jumper a lot. When they were open, we would go on occasion. The wife and I really loved it. Their cheese bread and the stuff that they would put on the table we would get was pretty awesome. And some of the real comfort food classics, the Quantity, of course. But Cheesecake Factory is just a banging joint, and I love all of their stuff there. In fact, I haven't been in a while, and I feel like I do want to go. It's been a long time for that. And that they closed the one near me too, like about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, it's, you know, the whole, you know, everything the last couple of years has been very hard with everybody. But it just goes to show some places were not really as good as they kind of maintaining liquid, you know, equity in terms of, you know, having something to fall back on. It's unfortunate to see those places go. Bradley Hiller, shout out from Cheboga, Michigan. Appreciate all your reviews. Can you give a shout out to my friend Matt Duffy? Duffany. Is it Duffany? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. He's a huge fan as well. Shout outs to you, Matt. I appreciate you watching. Appreciate that. Peep this out. We've got a lot of people that are shouting out a lot of peeps here on the channel tonight. This is awesome. And you guys are immortalized on the chat, so make sure you put this one in your favorites list once it goes live, which, by the way, it will be live on Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. And I'll have my my other review out tomorrow as usual, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that sub review at 40K. No, that doesn't look good at 40K. Maybe 50 if we do that. And we'll have to kind of talk about what it is that you'd want me to do with that. Should I do that? We'll have to see about that. But let's see here. Okay, guys, if you're ready for the next review, give me a skull here in the chat. Give me a skull. It could be a skull and crossbones. It could be just a skull by itself. It could be a bone. It could be, if they have that, whatever you want to put over there, I'll take it. Erna jumping in there with the skull. Usually when I send stuff to my friends and I just put the word dead and I put the skull because of this comedy thing that I've seen, that's what I always do right there. But there we go. We got some skull and crossbones. We got the skulls. We got both skull and crossbones. Oh, that's an awesome one right over there from Drew. Drew is going one after the other. Look at that. Almost Grim Reaper-like with that. That is crazy. Randy, haven't tried the Hungry Man double meals. I should be on the lookout, maybe trying one of these things with you guys to try this on live stream. That would be kind of fun, I think, to do one of those meals. Or maybe one of the croissant pizzas we can make in the oven before we start the stream, and I can have that with you guys. So, okay, we got plenty of skulls in effect here right now. Critical East Japan, again, another awesome content creator. I may not have mentioned earlier on, but Paul, Critical East Japan, of course. The Burger Bros and everything that's going on there. Some amazing content all the time. You guys need to be jumping on over there. It's something about watching how things are done in other areas of the world that really have a lot of the same types of things as they do in like certain states and in just in certain countries, but they have their own flair, their own spin. And Paul takes you in depth with that. So make sure you guys are subscribed to Critical East Japan. He is really on it on the daily there. A long-standing creator as well. We've all been around for a very long time, and doing it on the daily and putting out that positivity, and it's just, they're fun to watch. They're awesomely fun to watch, which is awesome. Let's see here. Alina and Shania wants a shout out. Shout outs to you guys. All right, June 1st is a week, pretty interesting day, given not only Amber Heard lost the Johnny Depp one, but Morgan Freeman also actually turned 85. Hey, and also Robert Englund just turned 75, I think it was. And guys, you ready for this? Michael J. Fox is 61. That just makes me feel ridiculous right now. 61 years old, but shout outs to Michael J. Fox. I can't help but feel Doc Brown must be well into his 90s at this point. It's craziness. It's craziness right there. Okay. So guys, I couldn't do this version of the 3D Crunch 3 Cheese naturally, because right next to it was the Crunch version for Spicy Ranch. Now, even though I remember reviewing this one back then, I don't really remember it too well, but I have a feeling it's going to be a weak version of the regular Doritos regular Crunch, you know, kind of the Cool Ranch in a way, but with a little bit of spice to it there. So I thought I would just throw this in. Yes, Willie Nelson's almost 90, which is crazy. Haven't found the Reaper chips yet, Drew. I think I'm on that should be like any time though. If I see those, I will definitely pick them up. But you know, like I said, this stuff here on the West Coast is not the best in terms of when those things come out. We're usually last in line for a lot of them, but yes, Doritos 3D Crunch Spicy Ranch, and I think they may have updated the bag slightly on this one here. And as you can see in the back here, taking Crunch to another level. I love the marketing with this. They're really trying to pump you up for this. We'll have to see how this goes here right now, but it smells like Cool Ranch. And again, it's the same whack chip. These things are tiny. They're tiny little corn snacks. These are kind of really all that they are. It's so disappointing. These should be a lot bigger. I'd love to see a full-on Dorito-sized chip, but popped out. That's really would be awesome. It's really, that's why they don't really show. You know, I think they usually show like enlarged to show texture. This is not the actual size. I would like to see that. That should be the actual size. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, guys, here we go. Doritos 3D Crunch Spicy Ranch. Let's peep this out. It's got the Cool Ranch vibe. Well, the sizzle's not bad. Sizzle's, it's actually kicking. You know what? The flavor on this one resonates better than the 3 cheese. Yeah, this is actually much better because the flavor is a little bit more vibrant. And as that was the second one that I had, that spice getting in the back of my throat here. This is better. You know what? Let's double them up. Let's try this here. Because Drew was going to ask me, I have a feeling. So let's give this a shot. So we're taking 2 of them together here. Let's give it a shot. That works better. A little bit more sizzle, the ranchy flavor, and the light reminiscence of Doritos with this. This is actually, it's better together. Like peanut butter and chocolate. But on its own, that's actually a better flavor on its own, which is really good because I like the fact that the ranch is kind of there. Ranch is one of my all-time favorite things, if not my all-time favorite dipping for any type of fried chicken, even with pizza occasionally. Although I like the garlic butter and the stuff like that too. But more often than not, you know, I love ranch when it comes to kind of like, you know, fried foods. But this works better. I just wish these were a little bit bigger. I know it's kind of contrasty at the same time, but it's got the seasoning. It's really nice. Really good. If you pick up both of these together, have them together, you'll enjoy them a lot more. So overall, I'm gonna have to give the Doritos 3D Crunch Spicy Ranch, I'll do a solid 8 on this one. Definitely, well, maybe 8.5 because I don't want to make it too close to the other one because the other one was kind of weak. 8.5 on this one. This one is easily worth it still. I think I liked this one more the last time as well too. I don't really know. I remember from the chili cheese. I think this one was still more flavorful. Good. Very good. All right. Good times. Good times indeed. All right. So, looks like some of you guys, Mr. Jimmy, is getting back to it. I appreciate you jumping on. Jimmy, thank you so much. Let's see here. Boom, that was the 6D. Yes, we're in the 6th dimension. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Dietrich, taking 2, I didn't think it would be as good. Believe it or not, it actually is working a lot better together because that combination of all those flavors, I'm not getting 3 cheese with this at all. This is like a weak Dorito. It's the same type of flavor. It's just a weaker flavor with that. But you know, it needs to be just a larger chip, personally, for me. I'm just saying. All right, guys, let me just take a quick moment to thank each and every one of you as we're coming up on 9 o'clock here and just very, very soon here. Thank you so much for jumping on. And again, I appreciate you guys. Like I always say, you have choices when it comes to content here on YouTube. I appreciate you guys making my channel one of them. Tiffany Shields, what's going on? You rock. I appreciate you. Great to see you on here. And to everybody that's here in the chat, thank you so much for doing the do. Wherever you're at, I hope you're enjoying the beginning of your summer. I hope it stays as cool as possible for you. I hope you guys do everything that you'd like to do this summer. And definitely try and get out there and have as much fun as possible, as safely as possible. And just enjoy yourself at the same time. And then naturally, content that you'll find here on the channel every single week, as always. You'll have that to look forward to on top of streams that we do more often than not on these Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Typically, that is the deal. Should anything ever change to the contrary, always follow me on social media for the updates. Typically on IG, you'll see something posted on story usually. But at Peep This Out Reviews, of course. And again, Annette, I appreciate you jumping in there with my info. Should you guys wish to donate to the channel still, you can do that down below. As well as the first pinned comment here if you're watching this on the replay, which, just to remind you guys again, brand new review. Originally filmed before the Jack Harlow review, but coming out after the Jack Harlow review. Comes out 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday, which is the 11th of June. And then you'll have the replay that you're looking at right now on Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're watching this on Sunday, you already know what it is. So everything down below some chapter things that you can look forward to as well. If you just want to jump to the reviews that we checked out tonight, and a couple of other points of interest that I think you might want to click on, you can find that, as well as the official sponsors of the channel. For all of you peeps, anyone who's PayPal'd, I won't know until after I get out of the stream here to put you guys down below, but thank you in advance. And to everybody who has here in the chat so far that I can see here, Christian Flores, James Morrison, Bus7332, I appreciate you guys greatly. And to all of you guys here joining me tonight, it means the world to me. Thank you so much. It really helps distract from everything going on in my life right now, as well as hopefully giving you guys something to zone out to, and maybe laugh at, enjoy, wonder, why am I doing what I'm doing? Whatever it is that may distract you from what's going on in your world, that's the important thing. With everything that's going on, it's just a crazy time right now. So let's continue to have some good times together here on the stream as well as the channel, and then we'll look forward to some more fun stuff as we go. So, with all that said, this is Ian K officially closing out the live stream for June 10th, 2022, guys. 6 months into the year, it is almost over already. We're going to start getting into Halloween stuff soon. I feel like I just changed my bulbs behind me here, and we're going to be getting into it into late July, actually. That's when everything kind of begins to trickle in. So good times coming for that. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times across the board, guys. Thank you so much for joining right now. And to everybody else, thank you so much for being here. If you're jumping in here late into the stream, naturally, again, you'll find the stream available on Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time onward. And then naturally, it'll be in the live stream replays playlist here on the channel forever. So you'll be able to find it there. Naturally, I know whenever I'm on certain streams and I hear people that do shout outs and stuff too, I like to always save those, and then you're immortalized there. It's kind of fun. So to all of you guys who I shouted out tonight, thank you for your love and support, and to everybody here for enjoying the channel. And we'll be back here on the stream here very, very soon, possibly in a different spot. And I alluded to that earlier. So we'll see if we can get Winston on the stream for you as well. So with that, let me jump on over here. Of course, I will be here on the stream as long as I possibly can, usually about a minute or so after it clicks off for me here, and then I'll try and just type as much as I can for anything that I see there towards the end. But shout outs to all you guys. Follow me on social media, watch for the new reviews coming during the week, and of course on all the social media handles, and I will definitely talk to you very, very soon. And yes, I do plan on being back next week, Tony Montana. I do, that's the goal. Keep on wiggling, Misty Smith, there you go. And that's Cervantes, it is what it is. Man, I know, man, why do I say that? Because it is what it is. And that beat me to it right when I saw that. It's pretty funny. Larry Nguyen, I don't like you, I love you. You already know it's all good. I appreciate you guys. And to my boy, Jay Nepper, who may be catching this on the replay, I appreciate you watching as well. To all the amazing content creators here on the platform, keep doing what you do. Keep pumping that stuff out. Let's continue to just keep rocking and rolling, doing what we love to do, which is to create content that hopefully entertains, enlightens, and gets people into the content even further. That's the goal. So shout out to each and every one of you guys. And with that, peace. I'm out.